What's going on, Schmitty Garage? We are installing auxbeam fog lights on a Jeep Wrangler. So basically, it comes with almost everything needed, but I did have to add a couple extra washers because of the aftermarket bumper that was on there. So I was just going to show you the installation of these fog lights. So I'm going to start with the circular one. So I'm going to grab the nut, the bolt, and then so I put the rectangle one up top because it doesn't fit in this gap of the bumper. So I got the little one there, the square one up top. So now we're going to install the circular one on this half. Very simple. I got the washers laid out for each fog light. So for the circle one, I have to raise it up a little bit so it clears this. So I've taken 3 washers. You can get it at any auto parts store or any hardware store. Putting them on there, that'll give it just enough clearance so that it can be adjusted and sit on there right. And then in here, it has notches for the bolt. And the bolt goes in there just like so. And then that'll sit right on there. So just set that in the hole, let it sit up there like so. Then we need a smaller washer and a bigger washer, and then a lock washer and the nut. So I'm gonna put, this is always hard to do one-handed. That. Son of a gun. Alright, so I'm just holding the top bolt, and then dropped the lock washer. So big washer, smaller washer, lock washer. And then nut. There's that. And I'll do a final tighten down once I'm gonna try to slide this all the way over so that the frame or the bumper holds it square. Let's loosen the bottom up a little bit. Tighten it back up. Then I put it against the frame. So now I can adjust this any way I need to. So there's that. And then as for the square one, what we're going to do is grab the hardware. It's got a nut that slides in here back and forth. You know, this is the easy part. Putting the lights up. The wiring is always the trickiest, but it's not that hard. Okay, so we got this bracket, it can slide. The long stretch goes on the back side, and then the flat part goes on the bottom of the light to mount it. So what we want to do is get it in there. But I forgot. So before you mount the bracket, you got to put the bolt in. It has a nice groove in here for that. So you put the bolt in. That'll keep that tight. Then you put the lights back on. Settle down. Settle down. Alright. So now, grab a bolt, lock washer, regular washer, and I'm going to try to square it in the middle. And then you can tilt it as far up or down as you want. So I'm just leaving everything loose until everything's mounted so we can find the right spot. And we're going to grab the washer, lock washer, and nut. So then this just sits right in there, like so. And that's where I got the extra washers for, because the gap is too big for the stuff they gave us. And back to the tricky part. So I'm going to leave that all loose until we find optimal adjustment. So I'm noticing a problem. It's hitting this back here. So I'm going to have to run these as far back as possible to get the biggest angle possible. Same thing with this one. I have to slide it back. That way I can angle it up. Alright, that's the easy part. Just angle it where you want and then tighten it down. My next video will be the wiring. I'm going to be wiring the ones down there. I'm going to wire to the harness that came with it. And I'm going to wire these ones to the factory fog light switch just to make it easier. They go right here. So I'm just going to cut these, the factory plugs right here, and then splice it, find some wire to go from the factory fog lights to these, and I'll just flick the factory switch and then boom. So, alright. Peace.